Asset management is the activity of look after investment in place of client. The outlook fundamentally has two goals, which are to increase the client assets value while reducing the risk. An institution or individual is one to look up for asset management term when the income of investment is considerable. For example, asset manager is allowed to provide expertise across a wide ranging of asset classes such as bonds, stocks, and real estate, commodities, and private equity. Moreover, with the huge funds that have division around the world and also are allowed to provide geographical expertise as well. Asset management is essential to having well-informed decision making. Great asset management is usually represented by organization making decision strategy that are informed. For instance, when an organization is making the budget decision about the services that they provided and what cost. If they make those decisions and understanding the trade-off consequences and their choices and options, the organization is definitely well informed and have strong asset management. Management of financial institution cash flow is known as funds management. Asset management can be used to value both intangible and tangible assets. It's the analytical process of operating, spending, remaining, adapting of, and upgrading assets in terms of effective cost and profit generating. The advantage of cash flow possibilities is a fund manager should take more attention on cost and risk. The capability to extend the credit to clients are the function of a financial institution. The important part of the fund manager's role is to ensure that the funds have acceptable liquidity. Management of funds asset also referred to as funds management. Fund management is crucial because both institutional and individual investors rely on it to achieve their financial goals. It also works around the clock to assess the financial health of investment assets in order to help investors accomplish their financial objective on time. Fund management ensures adjusting asset allocating to meet the fund short and long-term objective. Diversification and asset allocation are inextricably linked, while asset allocation focuses on increasing the rewards obtained from investment. Diversification focuses on lowering the risk involved in investment. The entire world now is currently facing a serious infection disease that caused by several acute respiratory syndrome that called COVID-19. Nowadays, the number of cases are around 179 million and 3 million number of deaths because of this COVID-19. The disease of COVID-19 has become the most recent pandemic that affects all countries. Malaysia got their first confirmed case on January 25, 2020, and the first confirmed death on March 17, 2020. After it was initially described in China in December 2019, it has only been 1 day since the country had been placed under a stringent movement control order (MCO). Many organizations provide fundraising programs to give essential staff to hospitals. A temporary hospitals was built up and come together with healthcare service providers were granted. The new laboratories were appointed to enlarge the capabilities of health ministry. Many businesses or companies that affected by this pandemic, most of the companies highlighted difficulties in making the profit with customers and suppliers. Over 69% of businesses are facing interruption in one form or another. For instance, 53% of SMEs and 39% of LLS voicing the need of improvement. Most of the sectors in Malaysia are affected by COVID-19, especially airline sector and tourism sector. These sectors are actually dependent on customers who give revenue to their companies. However, some sectors who does not affected at all during this pandemic, such as oil and gas, healthcare, and manufacture. Easy to understand that producers of rubber gloves have been listed making profits during this hard period, and the trend is expected to remain at least through the first quarter of 2021. Malaysia government continues in helping healthcare sector and the economy as a whole. After providing over 30.6 billion ringgit for this year in healthcare sector, the government committed extra 600 million ringgit for COVID-19 pandemic management and treatment. Now let's look at the Aventas company. Aventas company focus on skin and ear related illness. Then came the COVID-19 epidemic, which took the world by surprise. Aventa adapted quickly and they clarified platform developing and deploying new models. Aventa developed a new classifier that correctly identified COVID-19 in 95 to 99% of cases. They were able to get this result with a surprisingly small training set, just 250 images per class. Aventa is working in partnership with a teaching hospital in Sri Lanka for testing. It demonstrates how Aventa take advantage of significant profit made during this pandemic as a result of strong global demand for glove products to develop their assets and become more secure in the future. As a conclusion, most of the companies in Malaysia are affected by COVID-19 and they are struggling to keep remaining in industry. A good strategy of proper asset and fund management is very important to ensure that the company can keep running their businesses. A strategy from healthcare, technology, oil and gas and manufacture company to adapt this pandemic while maximizing their profit. That's all from me. Thank you.